My name is Ara Jabagchourian. I'm one of the attorneys at the law offices of Ara Jabagchourian PC. We're a litigation trial shop. We do everything from personal injury, product liability, do a lot of business litigation, do a lot of fraud litigation.
Hello, my name is Chris Lavorato. I'm a partner with Howry, Breen, and Herman. We're located in Austin, Texas, as well as Colorado and California. We do all kinds of civil litigation. Mostly in my practice, I focus on catastrophic injury. That includes brain injury cases, personal injury cases, people that are generally hurt.
We got the case when another attorney had it and was stuck and didn't know what to do with it. Our office took it on, reached out to a good friend of mine, Chris Lavorato, and had their firm join us as well, and we both litigated together.
Well, I had the honor to represent a young man named Juan. Juan was hurt when he was 3 years old. When I got the case, Juan was 13 years old. Juan was in a toy, and he was being basically pushed in this particular little toy. And that toy had a defect.
And it had gone down a pedestrian bridge when the cart separated from its handle, causing him to go over 100 feet.
Juan went careening down a slope and hit a cement wall, severely injuring him.
When we initially got the case, some of the issues that arose, Juan was being pushed by his sister, who was also a minor at 15 years of age. We suspected that that was going to be an issue that the manufacturer would raise, saying this is only supposed to be done by an adult.
There was no imaging that showed the brain injury. About an 8 or 9 year period of time, Juan didn't receive any treatment regarding the brain injury. We had to combat those obstacles because the defense really latched on to those and wanted to say to us basically that because there was no imaging that showed the brain injury, that it didn't exist. DK Global was extremely helpful in graphically showing what actually happened to this young man.
We also had somebody specialized in product liability went back and analyzed this whole cart and looked at everything from the materials to the reconstruction. In fact, the expert went about doing a reconstruction that was actually entailed in the animations that we used by looking at the speed, the dynamics, the angle, and then we wanted to put it in an animation to show how the actual physical dynamics of the collision in the brick wall translated into the skull fracture and the brain injury. So I think taking those elements, and DK Global was sort of the nexus between those two experts to help visualize it to the jury.
The value of using DK Global is immense. When we go to, for example, a mediation and we show the graphical depictions such as what we showed in Juan's case, there is a surprise factor when they see what actually happened. My partner calls it the DK Global effect.
So we brought in DK Global very early in the case, but I think it increased the value of the case by demonstrating that, again, this is what the jury's going to see. This is what they're going to get. And what is it that you're going to do to try to refute this? We settled it right before trial. It was very positive for everybody involved. I think having the materials presented early on helped not only the other side, but the mediator understand. If you want to get $1 million case, you better have $1 million presentation. I learned that lesson a long time ago.
The advantages of graphical depictions and animations is they give the case life. They give the case color and context. Without that kind of depiction, you'd have some imaginary thought process going on in a fact finder not knowing really what happened. We've handled about 5 brain injury cases over the past 2 years, significant brain injury cases. We've received full and fair compensation for each of those, and I think the aggregate on those 5 different cases was about $50 million.
You know, the old adage, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and if we're going at 60 frames a second, you can do the math on that. Everyone should be using this stuff at this point, and like I said, I think it's a malpractice on certain types of cases not to use such presentations.